Questions when Jeff,
Coach, go ahead.
I was just going to say, just first couple days of spring ball, just how has it felt settling in it, and what has stood out to you about this offense so far?
No, it's good to finally be out there. I mean, the guys have been working their butts off all off season, in the weight room, in the classroom, learning the new offense. So it's good to see them out there and running around, and especially when you're implementing a new system. We just need reps. They just need to keep learning the terminology of the offense, and it's good, man. We've been getting some great fundamental work at all of our offensive positions, and I think the guys have responded well. These first 3 days of practice, again, learning our new system and going out and implementing it, and just getting better every single day.
Jeff, you mentioned it's a new system, but how in sync would you say you are with Kyle in that system, and can he teach people what you're trying to do?
I think so. I think Kyle is very, very intelligent. He's done a nice job, outside of what we've asked him to do, just studying extra. The kid works his butt off. He's a pro. He approaches every day as if he is a position coach, like he's a coach on the field. He's always asking great questions. He wants to know all the little nuances of every position on our offense, and he's doing a great job. And he has a really good grasp of what we put in so far on our offensive system. If
you had to paint a picture of what you want your offensive system to be, how would you do that?
We want to be balanced. We want to be able to, at any point during the season, we play an opponent. If we have to throw it 50 times a game, we want to be able to do that. We want to be able to protect Cal and get our receivers in space and throw the ball downfield. If it's a game where we think, we got to win up front, it's a team that is struggling in the run, we want to be able to run the football 50 times a game. So we want to have that balance on offense. The big thing is, you win a lot of games by holding onto the football, playing fundamentally sound, and then getting explosive plays in both the run and the pass game. So that's what we're striving to do. And like I said, we're just implementing the system, and we'll see how it goes from week to week, as far as if we can stay balanced or not.
Coach, you have a nice mix of guys who have experience already with the program, a lot of transfers coming in. What excites you about the potential that this offense can have, knowing that there is a ton of talent on that side of the ball?
Yeah, what excites me is I think we have depth. I think we have depth at every position. Some of the younger guys who might not be going with the first group right now, I'm really excited about their progress. I don't want to mention one particular, but there's a lot of, I think we have a lot of depth on the offensive line. I got receivers, with the new additions. I'm really excited about the tight end room, with Aronde and Dan and, some of our other younger tight ends. And then, having a guy like LeQuint back, a 1,000-yard rusher, he really sets the tempo for our running back room, which I think we have some really good young talent. So big thing I'm excited about, I think we have some depth. We have some depth. So we can stay healthy and guys can continue to learn the system. I think we'll be okay.
Speaking of that running back room, how have you seen LeQuint and then Yasin Willis kind of push each other and maybe add a little bit of fire to this spring ball in that group?
They're all doing a nice job. Willis, Price, Chandler. Obviously LeQuint. Hart, our freshman running back. They're all battling right now. But LeQuint's definitely the leader of the group. I think the two freshmen are coming along. As they continue to learn how to play college running back, it's a little bit different than playing in high school, because now you actually got to block and you got to run routes and catch the ball in the backfield, unlike high school where they normally just run the ball, so that's been a little bit of adjustment for them, but they're making progress. Like I said, I like the guys we have in that room.
Coach, you mentioned just some of the commits earlier before the press conference started, but obviously you have a guy, Darian Williams, who's from Syracuse, just from the area. Just what have you seen from him just as a recruit so far, and just what's he like been just in your interaction?
I can't comment on anything recruiting wise, but I will say, when we're working our butts off in recruiting every week, it's good to see some recruits out here this early in the morning. We always want to recruit the local area. I think we always start there first, and we got some good players that we're currently recruiting.
Last two for Coach.
You mentioned the tight ends room and being impressed with the depth there. We've noticed how much you've had them blocking and working with against the D-line and with the O-line. Just how important is that to make sure that all of those guys are well-rounded with their blocking and their receiving?
Yeah, all of our skill positions, they know no block, no rock. They got to be able to block. All right, we got to be able to block and run the football, and be able to protect our quarterback. So blocking is a huge thing. It's definitely a big part of the tight end position, especially in the run game. If we want to run the ball, we have to have tight ends that can hold the edge for us, or block inside on some of our inside zones, some of our different run schemes, and that's just a part of their job responsibility. They got to be dominant blockers as well as pass receivers.
And going back to LeQuint for a second, you personally just coming from a room that had Saquon Barkley in it, what do you see in LeQuint that could get him to that level to be a professional running back?
I think he just has to continue to develop. I think we've talked about trying to add some more size onto him. I think his body type, he could definitely be 210. He's been gaining weight this offseason. I think he got all the way up to about 205, 206. So wanting to continue the gain. I think again he's going to be a 210. 212-pound running back at the next level. So really like the way he practices, his mindset. He takes everything as far as playing running back seriously. I think he is a 3-down back where, again, he can run the ball on first, second down. He can pass protect. He's really smart. He's physical in pass protection, and really underrated catching the ball in the backfield. Probably has some of the best hands on the team. So, we're just trying to develop him as a route runner, and so that, again, he could be a 3-down running back for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.